Hello guys, what's up? It's Hegfreeze, back with episode 2 of our Reddit series. This one has 5 IDontWorkHereLady stories, containing one that has the most upvotes throughout the entire history of this subreddit. More exactly, the first story. Let's get right into it. The first story, which I'll be covering today, is called I Got Promoted While Shopping at the Store I Don't Work At. This story has gotten a lot of positive feedback. Let's begin. So yesterday I was at my favorite local supermarket. I've been shopping there pretty much once a week for the past 6 years. I know the place like the back of my hand. I know most of the employees by name. I live in a small town of around 4,000 people. As I'm standing in the taco aisle, trying to decide exactly how hard to polish my bathroom later, I pick ghost pepper salsa, so a lot. I am approached by a woman who must have been 75 if she was a day. SL will be the sweet lady and M will be me. Son, can you help me locate the aluminum foil? Sure, it's right up this way. It's pretty high up, let me grab it for you. Do you want the Reynolds or the store brand? The name brand, please. Do you need help finding anything else? I'm a walking directory of this store. I spent about 10 minutes filling her cart with heavy, hard-to-reach items, and then I got back to my shopping with a smile and have a great day. As I'm standing at the checkout, I see the SL arguing with the floor manager. Greg, he goes to my church, we're pretty familiar with each other. Over by the express line. I pay for my groceries and walk over to be nosy and maybe help out. SL is telling Greg that the big guy with the red beard helped her. I didn't get his name and she wants to see him get a bonus, promotion or employee of the month, something. Greg is insistent that no one with that description works there. I get to the counter and before I can explain that I don't even work there, Greg pipes up. Oh, you mean Mark? Yeah, he's one of our best employees. Mark, this lady has been over here singing your praises for the past 5 minutes. I didn't even know you were working today. Well, Sharon, a cashier I know, called me and said we were slammed, so I came in on my day off. Well, that's some real initiative. How would you like to be assistant to the regional manager? We're both huge Office fans. Oh my god, thank you. Are you sure? Well, you've definitely earned it. See, this is why I shop here instead of Walmart. Even though you guys charge more, you care about your employees, and your employees care about your customers. So that is how I became assistant to the regional manager at a store I am not even employed by. The second story is called Ma'am, Our Staff Don't Wear Bow Ties. So this goes back a few weeks. I was working at the men's clothing store in a shopping center. I was wearing leather shoes, black trousers, white shirt, and a black bow tie. After my shift, I ran down to the supermarket to grab a few things. Listening to music with my headphones, walking down an aisle with the shopping basket in hand, I hear someone yelling over the top of my music. I feel someone tap my shoulder. I turn to a woman yelling at me. I take my headphones off and she yells in my face. Hey mate, I asked you a question. Why are you listening to music while working? Where are the soups? Where is your manager? I was in disbelief at first, wasn't sure what was going on. The supermarket I was in was a huge chain in Australia and all the staff wore red shirts, definitely not bow ties. I don't work here? Lies. This only made matters worse. Do you want me to get to your manager? I had time and wanted her to embarrass herself. Okay, go get my manager, I'll be here. The woman turns around and walks off. I thought there was no way. As I was looking for stuff in the aisle, sure enough she walks up to me laughing, with the manager, who mind you is wearing a red shirt, no tie or anything. Here he is. Manager looks at me and smiles and just says, Manager, ma'am, our staff don't wear bow ties. I burst out laughing. The woman's face looked like it was about to catch fire. It was so red and she just yells, You two are jokers, this is going to the top, this isn't over. She turned around and walked away, without her trolley full of groceries. The manager and I were just standing there in disbelief yet again. I just hope she found some soup elsewhere. The next one is called I'm a teacher, give me back my phone. This happened a few days ago. I work as a substitute teacher at various local high schools. I am 24 but obviously look younger according to this teacher. 80 is going to be the angry teacher. Why aren't you in uniform and no phones during school? I thought he was talking to a student, so I ignored him. Excuse me, don't ignore me, he said as he snatched my phone out of my hand. What? Give that back, I'm not a student. That's detention for swearing at a teacher. You will get your phone back at the end of the day. Now you will come down to the office and tell the principal about how disrespectful you are being. By this point, I thought it would be funnier to let him complain to the principal who I play netball with and watch his reaction. He was raging, saying I deserved to be suspended and that students only had their phones out, yada yada. The principal and I were just trying not to laugh before she told him I was a teacher too. Now give me my phone back. Don't you have a class to teach? Because I do. I have never seen anyone go so red. The fourth story, which actually made me laugh so hard, is called I Don't Work Here, Nobody Does. This is a vending machine. This happened earlier today, and I'm still trying to figure out why it happened. I think we've all been at a point where we had to rock the machine to get our chips. A certain computer lab has one across the street, and if you want snacks, you got to bring someone with you. It's heavier than a normal machine. The freshman has to be introduced to the machine in order not to get screwed by accident. Just know that this monster isn't part of the school, it's actually in front of a closed down store. On to the story. I was walking to the lab and saw a whale in high heels screaming at the machine. I looked at the situation and a payday was just barely hanging on the old hook. I just kicked it lightly and it fell down. She thanked me angrily and said, "Get the manager. This machine shouldn't be here. It should be illegal." I looked at the very dirty store and said, "I don't think the manager is available. Don't be lazy. This is your job. I'm going to report you." I didn't even argue. I gestured towards the glass door and she huffed and bumped against it. "And the door is broken too. What kind of business is this?" "Ma'am, I think you should read the sign." She looked at the sign and it read, "Closing on May 10th, 1998 due to storm damages. We will not be reopening. If you are interested in buying the property, call this number." I walked across the street to the lab and she yelled out, not angry but legitimately confused. "Why do they refill the machines then?" I shrugged. The other nerds asked themselves the same question. According to the others, she just stared at the machine for 20 minutes before waddling away. And now, the last story of today. This one is called Why Are You Screaming at a Child? A little bit of background. My dad worked representative for a cookie company. He helped stock items on shelves in grocery stores in certain areas. Since I was age 5 or 6, I helped him fill up the shelves. When I was 10, I was short, so I looked more like 7ish. I was probably wearing a t-shirt and jeans. I was doing the normal routine of placing new boxes of cookies on shelves. A lady in her mid-40s came up behind me and kept clearing her throat. I was not paying attention at all until she tapped the side of my body with her cart. I turned around and met her gaze. That's when she erupted like a volcano. "Finally! Kind of you to pay attention. I need Diet Coke. Go get me some." I was shocked and unable to talk. Honestly, I was having a panic attack. I couldn't make sense of her words anymore. Thankfully, my dad ran up to the two of us and said, "Why are you screaming at a child?" My dad does not get angry often, but he looked like he was about to lose it, rightfully so. The lady would not stop her angry rant and clearly did not even listen to us. She kept moving her cart back and forth like she was about to hit us with it. Dad took me to the back room and told the manager what was going on. She was escorted out of the building with the threat of police being called on her. Alright everyone, that's it for this episode. I really enjoyed doing this one, as this subreddit is actually one of my all-time favorites. Hope you all liked it. Please drop a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more stories like this. See you all tomorrow. Peace!